So to throw in some game stuff before we get too far along, Age of Conan came out yesterday.
Oh, did it just launch yesterday?
In the U.S., some people were playing it before that because they paid.
There was like a
$5,
to get a head start.
Yes. And they made good use of that because I'm in a PvP server and there are already quite a few relatively high level players in there to gank us and for us to team up on and feel like we're pulling a David and Goliath maneuver. So let me go back a minute and finish that story. So, we'd cloak, and then we'd go and hide in the bushes. We'd wait for a high-level player to get in a combat, scenario with a mob. And then it's like, okay, then I sneak up and stab him in the back because he's fighting like a whole bunch of like crocodiles. And then everyone else, it's like blowing the conch or something in Lord of the Rings. And then, Lord of the Flies. And then everyone comes running out of the bushes and we all like beat on him. And even though we're all weak, there's enough of us where we can like overtake him, And then we kill him and he'll just spawn again and come right back for us. But it's like we felt good about it and we cloak again. But the idea is that we wanted to level up so we can go to these points like islands where people have to get to, where there's pinch points or bridges over lava, and then we become toll keepers and we demand, like, we want to collect loincloths. So it's like, you can pass this bridge if you give me your loincloth. And like that's all beginning players have in the game. And so, but unfortunately you can't drop loot in. You can get rid of items that you own, but you can't have them appear in the world, because otherwise we could just build a giant like stack of loincloths at the side of the bridge and people would know.
Right, it probably is destroyed as soon as they drop it.
Right, and that's to prevent people from doing, like the whole raining dildos thing in Second Life, just putting too many physical objects in the server.
Mm-hmm. I just like the way, just thinking about all the legendary characters and, that are in Conan and just how he's like this super badass. And then you play the game and it's like, oh, I got killed. I was fighting a crocodile and a bunch of people would stab me in the back, or I had to give some guy my loincloth. It's like, doesn't in no way lives up to the fiction.
Right, Robert E. Howard would be like,
by a
what?
plant.
What's going on here? What happened to my world?
He said, yeah, I have a chick character. And she's like, it looks like a messed up Fraggle or something. I like did everything I could to make it messed up. She's got a shiner, really crazy crooked nose, and a butch haircut. But I have like a cap on that looks like she's wearing the reservoir tip of a condom for a hat. And I don't know, it's pretty sad. But everyone already, as soon as I came in, people are like running up and like laughing at me and stuff.
That's the thing. That's like part of the way you can tell instantly that I knew you weren't in it for the long haul. Like, the rest of us made characters that were like, man, my guy looks badass or whatever, and you were just like,
my guy looks like a
what's
condom.
your character's name? Obija, probably, or something like that. Yeah.
I could make her that morbidly obese. She's pretty muscular. Like, it still turns me on. Like, you can climb in this game, and like I'll take a look. Like I'll move the camera beneath her when I'm climbing. Just playing.
I don't know. You said it out loud. It kind of means he thought of it.
Are you going to join our? Oh, you are going to join our thing. And because Rory and them, I was like, what's up with this stuff? And they're like, they're reserving some clan name for you.
Yeah, our usual guild name.
Okay.
I wanted to get it reserved.
And then,
oh, so they started a guild basically for you.
They are saving the name for me. Yeah.
What is that name?
The Kindred.
Are you like the king of the Kindred?
I am not. No. It's been the guild that I've been in ever since UO. We always, every game me and my buddy go to, we will make the guild.
They were bummed because they wanted their name was Peenorange.
Well, no,
and Peenorange is the name of like. There's that
I bet that one's not taken when they want it back.
Of an apparent like freak with a real doll, and he's wearing all orange, and that Peenorange is just the color of his own
they can start their own.
You'll save that one for.
What were we talking about before?
We were talking about Age of Conan.
Right, let's go back to that.
It beats having to write a strategy guide for Age of Conan.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I can't just say it's just, all of a sudden I understood the nuance of dodging and evasion and, better combos and stuff. I mean, because I was doing some of that before, but
I don't know. I think what sold you was when we first went to that White Sands, and it was me, you, Rory, and Duncan, and the four of us just started killing any person we saw. And then the fact of the matter was that we found a group of people, all three of them were like 5 levels higher than us, and we all killed them, no problem. Yeah. And it was like right then, all of a sudden, I could hear you being like, did you see how much damage I did to that guy? I was like, oh, yeah.
We got him now.
That's the first sign.
And then, I mean, it is cool, too, yeah, because there's like, you'll do these fatality maneuvers every now and then, and I think what determines is if your combo is naturally going to do enough to kill them, it'll just finish it off with that. But it's kind of like, back the old, Mortal Kombat 2 in the arcade when it's your human opponent, it adds a little extra fun to it.
Mm-hmm.
But But I think it was beyond that when we started doing the quests. Like there was that one nice quest where you're going into that temple and there's those giant bald-headed dudes in there, and that's where Duncan was tracking. We would see, we're basically in this quest and we're in this party. So anyone that was lone wolfing it would see us and immediately stealth because they would be like, I don't want to risk dealing with them. But then we have this ranger in our group who can track, and so we hunt this person throughout this dungeon as they're trying to do their quest and get the XP and get out of there. And then that would be awesome. And then it just makes it better when then they start complaining in like the chat and the world chat, talking about watch out for this group of gankers. The group is called Peenorange, and that comes from so anyone's welcome to join. We need a posse because we're basically just going to be like a mercenary guild, or
what server are you on again?
We're on
Tyranny,
right?
Yeah, free for all PvP. And Peenorange comes from, there's this picture on my 1UP blog of, I don't know, pretty creepy looking dude with a real doll on like a couch, but he's wearing like all orange, and so the color at some point we just said, well, that's Peenorange. Like a combination of peener and orange. So,
oh, okay. I didn't know that.
That's who we are now. But
now it makes sense.
So I don't know. The quests are getting better. It's pretty fun to do.
So you're doing quests as well as ganking.
Yeah, because you have to level up to be able to efficiently gank someone.
You can't level up from.
And it's just like as you're doing the quests, we end up going in dungeons where it is free for all areas. So then, like after the prerequisite, Sean ordering us to stand by like the entrance for like 5 minutes, killing anyone who enters or tries to leave. Then we move on and start doing our quests.
But you can't blame it on me. We were playing, and I saw a lone guy with this enormous mob of like demon bats and stuff wailing on him. So I ran up. I'm like, let's help this guy. And Rory was like,
that was nice.
That is not Peenorange.
Yeah, that is what Rory said.
He was like scolding me. He was like, you do not help anyone.
He set you straight with the guild rules. Huh? Yeah, we help no one.
Basically, all our guild exists for is to add to the kill on site list. That's like all anyone does. Like, this guild's now kill on site.
Right. Like, I think we have gotten that.
Do they have official like kill on site stuff? Oh,
yeah,
that's great.
We'll get there soon. Like what is some other stuff? Well, it gets interesting after you get out of Tortage and you get to the wider world. Then you can actually PvP outside, except for 3 cities.
Yeah.
But other sub-cities, you're totally free to kill. So you'll just go and wait for someone to go to turn in a quest, and they're standing there talking to a quest giver, and I'll come behind them stealth because I'm an assassin. I'll just slit their throat, do a fatality, and then you wait, you cloak again, and they just keep trying to turn the quest in to get the XP.
Yeah.
And you cut their throat every time they do it. But
that's called corpse camping.
Yeah,
and that's a wild technique.
It gets pretty bad in this. But one thing that is kind of cool that they do is that Rory, because Rory already has like a level 50 character, he can apprentice us. And so when he apprentices us, we become like 1 level less than him, even though like I'm 21. He apprentices me up.
Sidekick system.
Yeah, he apprentices me up to 49.
Oh, that's neat.
And so my health doesn't go up, but I get like I can attack 40 like a guy's at 49, and it's not hard for me to hit him and stuff like that.
But if say there's 2 people, say you have 2 level 20s against like a level 31 or whatever, and the level 31's like really competent with this character and it's going all out, the lower levels can still beat them in numbers like that. So the situation, like you're saying, Jeff, what people could do in that, it's like, you either go to another server, or more interestingly, you're forced to make alliances of your own.
Yeah,
you're like, I'm like, it's like the Revenge of the Nerds, Like if you're always getting picked on, you just find the rest of the nerds, and then
people did do that against us one time in a small town.
Yeah, well, it was like a chain, because these people from this guild in Victus were doing it, and they were at the spawn stone just killing everyone. So I was like, let's get these guys. So we did that, and then we killed them, and we killed them for about 20 minutes. But then some other clan saw it, and they came in, and then they were trying to get us. And then pretty soon it was like the whole area was just this enormous free for all.
Yeah.
But you see like how the alliances and the friendships come into play, where like, there was, I don't know if you were there, but Anthony, there's a level 70 came through on a Mastodon, and we were like, whoa, it was like big game in more ways than one. So we were like, let's go, immediately. We went and we killed him, and it was rad. It was like, David took down Goliath, and then immediately after, you start seeing people with the same clan tag appearing, one after another, and then they were all there, and we were just like in the hills, like hiding, watching them. We were like, well, and then they couldn't find us, and then they just left too.
I guess the difference that I see, like as far as like between like WoW ganking and Conan ganking, is like when we go in a zone, a lot of times the zones are like really corridor focused. So all your quests are going to take you into the same rooms. So it's not like in Stranglethorn Vale where like you're like, I don't know, killing gorillas and you're like, oh, I'm getting ganked, so I'm going to go all the way over to the other side and kill like tigers. Like in this one, if you're getting ganked in there, you pretty much just have to leave. Like it's not like you just move to someplace else. You better just go level somewhere else.
Right.
You could chase people for long distances too.
Or you can change instances too, I guess, because they're like, you can like click your tab and you can go to a different instance of the same version of the thing and hope there's less people there.
Some areas that have that option, others don't. And then there's, what did you call it? Spawn dancing? Gate dancing?
I said zone dancing.
Zone dancing, yeah. Where it's like
that.
People will go through a door where it causes you to load. And then so like we start to beat someone, they run to the nearest door, and then it's like you have to chase them and you have to load through the door. So then we just split our group into two and wait on either side of the door, and he would zone dance and keep coming back. So he'd come out the door, get hit in the head, go back through the door, get hit in the head again, and then we'd still get him.
Getting EverQuest flashbacks there.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh, yep. The Knolls are still there. Go back.
Yeah.
No, Knolls haven't left. Go back.
Yeah.
Except this is PvP, not PvE.
Yeah.
I was kind of excited about the really like high level stuff because it sounds interesting. But now Rory and them, as they're on their main characters, they're getting closer and closer to like the level ceiling, and they seem to be frustrated with some things. But first of all, the promising stuff on paper is that you basically build this like town or something for your guild, and then what you have to do is you designate certain days when it can be attacked. And so the longer the window is, the more you're going to draw like resources or something from it. So if you're like Monday through Wednesday, we're vulnerable to attack, you're going to get more than if you say we're only attackable for like 3 hours on Friday. So then the trade-off then is that you have to have a big guild, and they have to be there on those days when you're vulnerable, because other guilds then will come and raise your city. They'll try to come through with their rhinos and elephants and basically destroy and do siege warfare on you and destroy your whole town. And that seems pretty interesting. But
that'd be fun to destroy someone.
But if it's just like, I think what they're worried about is that since it's the specific time limits, it's like everyone will know. You'll designate the time, and you have all these poop sockers that are like, it's your job. They look at it like a job. Like instead of going to 7-Eleven to work 9 to 5, you got to punch in and defend the dumb town. Right. And so it's like, and if you leave your town to attack, then other people have, I don't know.
And I think the high-end game is something that I didn't think we were really going to go for anyways, because I got the impression from Rory that our guild was going to be more like on a contract basis to go attack towns for other people, rather than try and own our own town.
That's a cool idea.
So, I mean,
that keeps you off the clock, too.
Yeah, that sounded cool.
So like contract killers.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
The other controversy when you're talking about dealing with gankers and stuff like us is that they're already on their forums talking about patches and how they're going to handle things, and it's like there's this one proposed solution, and that's if you go around killing people of a lower level than yourself, then they'll put you in the equivalent of this like jail thing, and then you have to do shitty grind quests to get out. So it would be like kill
escape from the jail or something.
Wow. So that's like community service or like road work. The guy's cleaning up the side of the roads.
Yeah,
ex-cons.
I don't know. I think people would complain about that though, because that just seems like part of the appeal is that you can kill anyone and
and they better think it through.
I don't see Sean lasting through the game very long if he ends up having to like kill 150.
Then I'll be done.
If anything, and they want to make more safe areas, they could take like the old EverQuest approach and have like guards in the town that would attack a person that initiated PvP or something.
That's
like
how
that.
the NPCs will arrest you and they'll haul you off.
And then you have to do the rat killing quest.
Yeah,
theoretically, maybe.
I would hope that they think it through though, because otherwise, instead, what I'll just do is make another character and stay at a low level, and I'll pick fights with every single high level person I can, and then just pester them into killing me, and then I'll cry, "Mom, you killed me!" And then hopefully the NPCs will come and take them away. And
WoW never really solved the problem either.
No, I mean they tried in
kills.
towns like Butcher Bay or Booty Bay where it has like the guards, but then once someone was like level 60, it didn't matter. They could take hits from it long enough to kill you anyways.
Right. Yeah, and the honor, the dishonorable kills. I mean,
they got rid of those pretty fast.
If you didn't care, then whatever.
There's no answer apparently.
Yeah. If you want to be a dick in these games in PvP servers,
there is that philosophy too. If you're on a free for all PvP server, then just freaking
be ready for it. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, be ganked, and then someday you will be able to gank.
Yes.
That is part of the
Then
circle
you
of
too
life.
can go to the lobby zones and
you will
exact your
enjoy it.
revenge.
For the most part, you can stealth is like your friend. Not every class is that great in hiding, but I mean it's an excellent way if you're playing alone. It's an essential way to avoid getting beat down.
Even though
Every class has stealth.
every class can hide, and every class can also look for someone that is hiding as well.
But your stats for it, like I'm an assassin, so my like stealth stats are like through the roof. I mean, I maxed that out over everything, and then also like perception. And there are ways to find people who are hiding, but like I'm hard to find even if people have high perception because my hiding slider is maxed out.
So you guys still playing Conan?
Yeah, I have a quick Conan announcement to make too.
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
have an
Let's hit this
announcement?
up. This is important.
It's not important to anybody here.
You got
It's
to pay
just,
them. Kids
It's
need to
just
pay their dues.
everyone that's members of Peenorange.
Uh-oh.
We have our guild city.
Woohoo!
And right now all we have is the keep and like 3 walls that aren't completed.
3 walls.
Yeah, because you have to build.
Doesn't help you, does
So
it?
That
you
doesn't
build-
do much
What does
good.
that mean? You got one wall.
So it's like a gold and a half per section of wall, and so you build an outer keep wall, and then you build all your buildings like stores, and then you have to build we're building an inner keep wall. You build your buildings, then you have to have an outer keep wall. But all this shit cannot happen without everyone contributing.
So you're here to collect money?
Yeah.
Tax man
man
come
come
to
with-
visit.
So you need
The landlord's coming to visit.
next time you're on, get in guild chat and say, who can I give money to for the guild thing?
Shit, this is fucking extortion. I'm in Peenorange.
I'm not even
don't
saying.
have-
I'm not even saying it has to be a lot.
All I've got is a bunch of tin.
At 10 goes a long way when it's everyone though.
Yeah,
Shit.
you need to donate, man.
Fuck this game.
But Rory actually.
What do I get out of paying my
Pass it around
taxes?
the-
What do I
pass
get?
it around the plate, man.
Jeff. That you can
3
be
walls?
safe
That's not
within.
going to keep out the barbarians
and,
and the wolves.
actually, our keep is like you can see from the top of our keep
Really?
another keep in the distance.
Damn.
So
Wait,
it's
seriously, what do we get? What do I get if I pay taxes? What do I get in the keep?
I
You
don't
get
know.
our protection for one, and you've needed it. You just have failed to request it. When you were in White Sands,
this is
and
like the
you were
mafia
getting your
now.
ass beat over and
no
over
kidding.
again. Yeah, it's protection
Yeah.
money. You could have summoned. You could have said.
You got a nice family there,
Peenorange?
Jeff. It'd be
could
a
have
shame
said-
if anything happened to him.
You could have said, Peenorange Clan, this is Jeffrey Green.
Exactly.
I am in White Sands getting
Yeah.
the shit beat out of me.
Uh-huh.
Assemble. And you would have had so many
Assemble.
dudes there to help
Okay.
you out.
All right.
Then you would have been the one beating the shit out of
Okay,
people.
I get that part, But what about the keep, though?
So you
part?
got to pay for that.
So
Well, I
keeps-
can see paying for protection,
keeps
but what
we
about
have
the
like
keep?
we
Well,
have
that's what the
we have-
money goes towards is the keep.
yeah. And we have
But what do I do in the keep?
We have
Why do I
guild-
want
You
to
don't. You stay alive. We chill in the keep. Watch DVDs.
Until they're called upon.
I forgot there is things you can do with the keep that are totally like in the long term like beneficial to everyone. Like you get special powers when your keep reaches a certain level, like everyone in the guild does, or something like that. Is what I was told.
But is it like it's a physical? It's a place in
it is
space
a place you like.
that you would go to.
You can.
I could go there now, and I could.
Yeah, you can go there
sit
right
behind
now.
the
When
3
you're-
walls.
Whenever you're traveling, like on one of those things that's like take the boat to this place.
Okay.
There'll be a thing that says travel to Guild City, and you can just instant travel to your Guild City.
We can dance in there.
Leave your
We can
friends
just
behind.
chill. Like it's a place to call our own, and we'll eventually have to fight it.
Yeah,
We'll
exactly.
fight
You
to
have to
defend
defend
it
it.
because other
People can
other
take it over?
fools- Yeah, like Anthony's job. So while you have to pay, like people last week flung a rotted cow corpse that had bubonic plague into our keep, and Anthony's job is to run around in between the internal gate and the external gate and fling the cows back over.
clean up-
So
clean
he
them up.
does this, so he doesn't have to pay the tin. So you need
I
to pay
see.
the tin,
Is this
so
true?
we could pay Anthony to get rid of the
that's a
corpses
shitty
that don't
job.
exist because I'm making it up.
No, but the thing
Got me
is
excited for a
that like
second.
I know that sounded awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
there are things
Mongol.
like if you make your keep doesn't have to be open to attack, but if you make your keep open to attack, you earn income for your keep doing that.
So can
So,
your
like-
keep get destroyed?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if we made our keep like vulnerable to attack like Monday through Friday,
We get mo money.
we would get a ton of money. Whereas
No
if we
money.
made it only like attackable on Wednesday nights, it wouldn't be.
So then are we going to need a dude sitting there like Locke with the numbers, like punching them in?
Basically-
so the guild never...
basically we need someone
That's
sitting
Anthony, but your tin goes to paying him.
we
to
need
do
someone
that.
sitting on the keep just being like, I can see people.
Anthony
Assemble.
up at 3 a.m. with his pillow and his
Blow the horn like the Ricola guy, dude. Ricola, and then all of a sudden, like everyone just like ports to our town and gets ready to fight.
If the guild gets if the thing gets the keep gets destroyed, it's like gone.
We have to
like the
rebuild
money
it.
I donated is
rebuild
like
it, yeah.
fucked.
Yes.
I'm so not paying.
You gotta make a macro that texts everybody's cell phones when they're.
I'm not paying unless I'm my investment is guaranteed.
Dude, if
I'm
I
gonna
buy
talk to my
a
you gotta get-
cheeseburger and
you
I
gotta get
eat it, you're
blackberries
saying
I need
it's going to be gone?
insurance. I need to talk to my lawyers.
All right.
Yeah, you got to get everyone hooked up with blackberries. And,
But you
like,
do
pagers.
need
Yeah,
to. I say,
exactly,
let's
pagers.
change this right now. Let's say your character name. You are
Me?
on the Tyranny PvP
I'm on the Tyranny
server,
PvP server. I'm Lummox. I don't mind saying.
and that's LUMMOX.
Yeah,
and I'm
Lummox.
saying this because I don't want you to be in these positions where you've just been playing solo.
Well,
You've
I
been playing
have.
this game on your own.
I'm level 20 now. I'm out in the world.
See, that was the other
I
thing.
finished Tortage.
So the only reason that there's been other players in this world is just to beat you down.
But I only got beat down a couple times. I got beat down a couple times in the the under.
You need to feel what it's like to
halls,
do the
whatever that was
beating, though.
called.
It's
Yeah,
liberating.
it's a game. It's built
Well,
on
I've beat a couple of guys
premise
on my own. I've done it.
and a fiction about being a brutal warlord and the purpose in life, as Conan said, and which was adapted
That's
from
King Conan to you.
Genghis Khan is to beat fools down. This is the difference. Like when I got 20 and I got out of Tortage, I didn't go to my homeland at all. I immediately went. I followed Rory and Duncan, and they took me to a whole nother area, and there were fewer items. This is what Kemi? No, not
Wildlands is a lotta.
Not Wildlands. The desert one.
Kemi?
Yeah.
Kupsef Province?
Kupsef Province. So we just went out there, and there are fewer things to do, but basically, the first act is like, let's just start killing people that are like turning into quests. So you don't want to be the guy who's like, oh shit, there's 20 exclamations, I got to go get them all. You want to be the guy that's like killing the dude who's in
Looking
that
at the
position.
exclamation points. Yeah.
And that makes
There's
all the
the
difference in the world
Right.
in this game.
Right.
And that makes you. That's the difference. That's not Conan. What you're doing. It's not Peenorange, and it's not Conan.
I'm not living the Peenorange life.
It's
I saw some guys
Gonna be
arguing in the Peenorange
kicked.
guild chat. It was great. I had just logged on. I logged on right in the middle of an argument because as soon as I logged on, the green text, I see just up on the screen like, you fucking douche, fuck you. And then, I was like, oh, wow, what's this about?
I think
it turns out that one dude in the guild like ganked another dude in the guild. He's like, didn't you even see my fucking tag?
that was yesterday.
No, this was a couple days ago.
Oh,
So I
okay.
guess
Same
it's
thing happened
since
to
then.
Duncan.
But
That
then,
ain't Peenorange.
but it made me think offline, like maybe that is Peenorange.
That is Peenorange.
Yeah, maybe Peenorange does not discriminate amongst.
I remember one time Sean saved some guy that was being attacked by mobs and running, and Rory was like, "What the fuck are you doing, Sean?"
Yeah,
that is not
I told
Peenorange.
this.
Oh, did
yeah,
you?
That's where
Yeah,
that's
he told
from.
the story.
I
You just did it
believe
me.
it.
Pulled a Jeff, exactly.
This is actually the story I'm alluding to. No, but I also had things where I'll run into people in our guild and they'll hide from me because they expect me to try to kill them or something. But
Is that kosher? I just seriously.
No, I don't do
is
that.
it a Peenorange rule?
The whole
Can I kill
thing-
somebody else in Peenorange and not?
Peenorange has gotten so like indiscriminate. I think I don't handle it. Like most people don't even know who I'm in. I'm on there. I was on the weekend. No one ever says hi or anything.
Obisha?
And I asked people, are there any like level 30ish people who want to do the pyramid or the Black Castle or something? No one ever responds. And I think they just got a bunch of people in there, and you ask me like, well, how did you get in here? And they're like, well, we just heard this is a good ganking guild or something. So it's not like podcast listeners and stuff. And they routinely started kicking people out for grave sins, such as saying, for the win, and what is it, QQ?
QQ.
Yeah, I mean, any of that.
Oh, I heard that discussion. Yeah, QQ is an automatic.
Wow.
Those are
Yeah,
grave sins.
disband.
Yeah, and
In
so
the charter.
someone the other day was like, we just were looking in the chat and we see like in Guild Green, like, I've got more PvP in my little finger than you've got in your entire body. It was like, man, like, I don't want to read that shit, dude. That's not Peenorange.
Everybody invent rules like a ruthless overlord.
That's awesome.
Give us your money and shut the fuck up.
Well, dude, someone bragging about their PvP. Like, for one, you don't talk to other people in the guild like some kind of dumbass. And then, like, the moment it goes to your head and you think that, like, your stupid ass Conan character.
Yeah, that's definitely always my
means that you're
favorite part
tough.
of all MMO chat. Like the OOC chat in Conan is worse than Baron's chat in WoW.
Oh, God.
And it's just all these guys like doing the e-peen thing with their. And it's like, do you realize what you're doing here?
No. Yeah.
It's just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
They got me on a good trick. I don't know if you've been to this area. It's outside of the pyramid. It's called like the treasury of something, some bullshit. Like when I say I don't read this game, I don't read it. I don't
Treasury
even,
of some
not the
bullshit.
dialogue. I don't even read the name of the places I'm going. But I go in there and they're like, okay, after we kill this boss, you see these vines on the wall. You can climb up there, and that's where like we already did it. But you get, there's usually some good like build specific, like class specific armor or weapon for you. So I climb this fucking thing. And like I fall through the world into like some void, just like flailing, and then they're all just laughing. Like, well, I guess like they did it to everyone. Like that's just this thing in this game.
They know there's the void there.
Been bugged from day one, and so now you get me all excited.
But it's still got the "you can climb here" message.
Kind of reminded me actually.
You can climb here.
My dad, like he. When I was really little, he came back. He works in auto body, and he comes back in this trunk of this beater, and he's like, "Man, I got something for you in the trunk." And he opens the trunk, and there's it's just like a paint can. Like, I was all excited, like, whatever. Dad brought me something, and he puts a screwdriver to it and pops the thing, and like a giant ass tarantula comes out.
Oh my god!
Like I was so scared. I was terrified, and I ran.
Was
What
he
is
really
that?
giving
Nice
it to you as a present?
Or was he
this is
trying
for
to
you to
scare
take
you?
care of now, or
He
is
was
he
fucking with me?
He was fucking with you.
He was griefing me.
Wow. And then you grew up to be a ganker. So what happened?
That's why I did.
The roots of Sean
I thought of
Elliott.
this of like, have I tapped all the possible connections of farting in video games? But I haven't, because there's one more that came to mind, and that was like one time when we were at I was at Blockbuster Video, and you know how there's like racks on the very bottom, and they'll have video games down there. But you have to like get down on your knees to read this stuff. So there's this little kid, and he was like down there looking at the box for the game. So I just like stood right next to him like I was getting something, and then turned as though we're gonna read. And then my ass was in his face, and I ripped like a terror fart on him, just like a.
You farted on a little kid?
Yeah, and then he fell back. The rad thing though is that he like fell back and caught him. He like caught himself with his hand from falling all the way over, and then like looked up, like his eyes were just like. Why did you do
What kind
that?
of a monster are you? You farted on a little kid.
Why did you do that?
age
Wasn't-
limit to that?
Wasn't this just like last week?
No, that wasn't like right after high school.
You're now a disciple of Nurgle.
I was, dude. I ranked, man. Well, ranking. That's what I get in trouble for that. I guess it's leveling, but I always say I ranked because it's like that's what I'm used to saying in Battlefield and stuff. But I ranked in my Nurgledom when I told that story.
Hey, Rory told me that the developers are already fixing like popular griefing tactics and such.
Oh, is
in
that
the
right?
game. Like there was some zone, I forget what it was, but he told me that there was some zone where they would mess with people, and they made it like an instant zone
Already?
because too many people were complaining about it.
Supposedly, I thought I was talking to Rory last night, and they do like 2 patches a week, so they're just
Yeah,
fixing
they're
stuff
saying
like
2
crazy.
patches a week
All the
right now.
time.
Yeah.
Wow.
They said they're going to slow down, obviously, when they can. I did find it interesting and kind of pleasant, even if I was the Genki, that even in Tortage, the sort of noob area, once you get out of the city, I was surprised. You could be doing those quests and you could still get ganked. I mean, I thought that was, pretty, not hardcore of them, but, just a good decision to sort of make you have to deal with that right away.
Yeah, you have to roll with your click.
I think
On a
that's the
PvP
way to
server,
differentiate themselves, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. We'll institute a Peenorange tax and then like a mandatory hand-holding, like babysitting Jeff to keep
What?
him in. Like this
Welcome
is the
to the
risk.
guild.
Like, you're at the point
Roll
where
with
you're
Jeff.
about to uninstall. You sound like you're maybe like a
I'm
day
a
away
little-
from an uninstall. So,
But not an uninstall, but no.
so
Okay, yes,
Peenorange,
you're
if
right,
you
I
want,
am.
if you want Jeff around, you're gonna have to like babysit him. Like
Fuck,
you
that
need
isn't going to keep me
seek
in.
him out in the
Get
world.
the fuck away from me.
Kevin,
Jeff.
You need to bring Jeff.
You could have
some
minions.
gifts.
And I don't want minions. I don't. That's why I have to create alts so that I don't get minions.
There's a keep to be built, Jeff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was what I know we have to stop soon. I was going to ask though, this keep thing, like, so you just spend the money and then it shows up, or like, do you see it being built? Do you have to get like lobies out there to like actually build
fall
the
from
wall?
the sky.
I'm not sure.
Like, do I have to go over there and pick up a hammer?
Right now, if you go look at
be
our guild
scaffolding.
city, our wall has 4 towers, a section of wall, and then the beginnings of a wall. So maybe it does have to be built. I don't know.
We're also
You have to like roll a builder class and like just hammer for 12 hours.
I
we
wish.
need more builders.
Star Wars.
Oh yeah, it's Star Wars.
Well, Well, you also realize, Anthony, that we basically just like advertised it for people to come and destroy.
Oh
it.
yeah, that's going to be a point of honor now.
We need, we really
need a second.
Honestly, I
Peenorange.
did not realize that till you said that.
Does your city like then show up on a map as like Peenorange's city?
And can it be orange? Are the walls Peenorange?
Oh,
They're the same white.
Does it have
as
a name, or
everyone's.
is it just like named after?
Someone
a
comes
goat?
by. Oh yeah, I wish I could live in a pumpkin too.
I hate you.